First thing I have to ask now, what are you reading?
Huh?
What are you reading?
Reading?
Adolf Hitler? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess the first thing everybody asks you is how old are you?
How old are you? Young or old?
You look young.
Yeah.
About my age. Okay, that. About, I'd say in early 20s. Close enough?
Close.
Okay. Y'all are all from Sydney?
No, not really. There's, altogether in the band, there's 3 Scotsmen, one Australian and 1 Englishman.
Okay. And I guess the guitar was the first instrument you played, right?
Yeah, that was the band.
Mainly started off with, played around Sydney with clubs?
Yeah, the small bars.
Yeah. What type of music? You played other people's music when you started out?
Yeah, mainly around.
Your own from the start. That's pretty good. How'd y'all all get together then?
Well, mostly my brother Malcolm, we got it together, because we were sitting around, we were starving. And he said, right, we got a great idea, get together a band, me and you. And we sort of like formed it from there, just to, do a couple of clubs, and it went over that well, because it was mainly around songs, Plus, we done a few rock and roll songs, old Chuck Berry.
Standards.
Yeah, but we done them in our own inimitable way. Worked that way,
I understand you got the name off of a singer-sewing machine?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just came to you, huh? And how the originals, how were they accepted when you first started doing the originals?
Good.
From people?
Yeah, because it was more or less in that band, the hard rock band.
Yeah. People get the wrong idea about your type of music. Do they think you're punk? And then, but until they listen to you?
Not really. Most of the people who listen to it, they say straight away.
When you first hear it, you know what it's all about. Okay, did you do that import record? Was that your first one?
Which one's that? The Dirty Deeds?
Yeah.
No.
That wasn't.
The first album we ever made was an album called High Voltage.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was released only in Australia. And there was a lot of songs that weren't on, but we'd already had 2 albums out in Australia when we sort of like spread out all over the world,
Yeah.
So they sort of like bring everyone up to date. They stuck, like the best of the 2 and sort of whacked out and called it High Voltage.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of great songs on there.
Yeah. The record company went for it right away, huh? And it took take off pretty good once it got out of Australia.
Yeah, well, especially around Europe and England.
Yeah. And then, who discovered you? Your man.
Who discovered it? Mainly my other brother, the guy that produces it.
Okay.
He's the one. Because we were.
Another brother?
Yeah, it's company Albert's Music.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, Albert's studio.
Yeah. Well, that's all the whole company. We record for them in Australia.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that picked it up first.
Yeah. And then
Atlantic. Worldwide.
Yeah. You remember when you first left Australia? Is it what you expected? You went to probably London. You played.
Yeah, we were very confident that we'd do well because at the time there was just nothing, like there was anywhere associated with us,
Yeah.
And I still don't think there is.
No. What about America? Is pretty well what you expected?
Yeah, well, it's I think America's just coming out of the fallacy that just watching a guitar player stand there playing a guitar, or what I mean.
That's definitely not you.
No, true. It's got to us the main thing is you get on there, but we love to play and sound good.
Yeah.
But the main thing is too, you can't forget that you've got to entertain them.
That's true. That's the whole trip. That Moxie and Rex, I saw you that night.
Yeah.
I had to say that Rex. They were totally sucked, man. I would have to say that.
Yeah, well, I thought that too, because we were going to fight them backstage, you know.
Yeah, I heard you talking last night about some of stuff.
They're pretty, at the time, because we just sort of, Texas was the first place we played when we first come here.
That was the first place in the United States?
Yeah, the first place we done was Austin with Moxie.
Yeah.
And the next place was San Antonio. That was the second gig we'd done in America.
Yeah.
And we got on and all the equipment was playing up and everything, you know. But we got through, but Rex band, they were backstage
Really?
and they got all their amps set up and they're tuning up like it was really painful. And they were all going rehearsing every song that they were doing backstage, and so they were going through, you know. And after you just come off stage, the last thing in the world you're going to hear is a band there tuning up right next to you, you know.
On this tour, when did it start? How long ago?
This one started, let's see, April the 20th. I don't even know what day it is. I know it started on April the 26th. Or no, the 24th on a Saturday. I know that much because I had to be in the country by then.
Yeah.
That was up in Virginia. That was, I was in Alice Cooper.
Yeah. And you've been pretty well across the rest of the country so far?
No, well, this is still early into it. You know, we've still got till October to play here.
Yeah.
But we just finished England before we came here. So that sort of warmed us up a bit. You know.
Yeah. Then you played, let's see, Monday in Dallas, and then Sunday in Houston. I was there. What do you think about yesterday and today?
I was there last night, and I just caught the end, you know.
Yeah.
The drum solo or something.
Oh, yeah. You didn't see them. I'll tell you what, they stayed for your whole show. They were really tripped out on it. They stayed for until it was over. Who else you played with besides Cooper?
Well, we've done a few dates with, is it Aerosmith?
Yeah.
Or Aeroplane, you know, whatever you want to call it. But we've done a few with them. Well, I think we've done a few more with them.
Yeah.
I think we've done quite a few. Which is good in a way, because they got that audience, and they got a rock audience.
Yeah.
Which is good. When we were doing the Alice Cooper, it was like half the audience was there for Cooper and half for us, you know.
Yeah.
Because we played a lot of places last year, you know, we done with them, you know, us and a few other bands.
Yeah.
That we played with them, you know.
What's the main difference between playing backup? There's a lot of difference, I know, between playing backup and first.
Actually, in a way, it's great. You know, you get on, because in a way, you know that the people, they've come to see whoever's headlining the bill, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's really good when you win over an audience. You know, like, I mean, you get on there from scratch, you know, something like when you're opening the show, you can get on there and, you know, to get the reaction you get, you know, great. You know.
Yeah. What do you think about the difference between the Atlantic studio and the one in Sydney? Albert, was it?
Man,
A lot of difference?
See, that the technical side of it, I don't know too much about. But the Atlantic thing, that was mainly like a party more than anything.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do it in Philadelphia, I think, but we ended up doing it over in New York.
Yeah.
And it was for like a promoting for the radio station.
Yeah. I understand you did some stuff with the Stones truck?
Yeah, that was through Britain.
Yeah.
With the Noble.
Any plans of releasing it?
Yeah, well, there could be later on in the year. They may release a live one, you know.
Yeah.
I suppose depending on how the song goes. You know. Still trying to sell that one.
Well, what did your family think about going into rock and roll for a living? They think you had a chance?
They thought I was mad enough. You know.
It's sort of like on the song Rock and Roll Singer.
Well, in a way, they sort of, well, nearly every family rejects it, you know, that like, if you say, you walk in and say, you know, your old man's got plans and you're doing something that's safe and you've got a bit of security, you know, well, in this business, there's nothing. You just got to take it as you get it, you know.
Yeah. I guess they
The old man was pretty good. He said, well, if you're going to do it, you may as well make sure you're the best at what you do.
Well, you sure did that. I guess they changed their story now, huh? Changed their mind?
Yeah, well, they, you know, like, in the family, there's 4 of us who've all, you know, done, like, pretty well in the music industry.
Yeah.
the one brother that was in an English pop band called the Grapefruit. That was years and years back.
Yeah.
And they were one of the first, when the Beatles had the Apple company going, they were one of the first bands that they signed.
What was his name?
His name was, I know it was George Alexander. I think he had to do it to get out of other record company deals he had done.
Yeah.
He sort of like signed himself away.
And you mentioned another one with Alberts.
Yeah, he's the one that produces it, him and a fellow called Harry Vans, and they'll pay for the band.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Called the Easy Beats.
Yeah. And
they've written a lot of great rock songs. And I don't know if you've ever heard Stevie Wright.
oh yeah, Evie.
Evie, yeah, well that's him.
That's them.
And in fact, that's Malcolm and me on guitar.
Really, man? I've looked everywhere in every store for that album, and I've never been able to find it here.
Yeah, that's me, Malcolm, his brother George, Harry Vans.
Really?
Yeah, they got in the studio. There was another great rock album I made too. I don't know if they released it here. It's called Tales of Old Granddaddy. And named the album The Marcus of Roll Band.
Yeah.
That's another one. But he was with, Stevie Wright was with the Easy Beats. It was him, George, Harry, and a couple other fellows.
Yeah.
I think they toured going back a few years.
Yeah. Well, how about you? Have you changed any since you've been in the music business? It doesn't seem to.
No, well, can't really. We've started from scratch nearly every country we've ever went to.
Yeah.
And you can't really, once you get up there in one place, you get another place, you're back in the bottom.
Yeah.
So even if your head did go up there, you're back down again. So you got to learn to. It's just I don't think there's no way you can change.
Yeah.
We don't believe in opposed for people.
Yeah. Well, where are you living now? In what country? On the road?
Yeah, that's about it. The only time we really get home is to record, and then you're working. So we usually record at night.
Yeah.
For the atmosphere and the environment. So we'll go in at say 6 at night and go through till dawn the next day.
Yeah.
And you're in there for a couple of months doing that.
Yeah.
That's the only time you sort of get home is between dawn and then you get in and sort of like have breakfast and then get to bed.
Yeah.
Wake up and you're back in all again.
Are there many of the big bands tour Australia?
Yeah, a hell of a lot. They get that many tours. It's not that. They get more tours, I think, than anyone. I think they just the quick buck.
Yeah.
They just churn them out. They're getting a bit fuzzy lately. They're beginning to boo a lot of them.
Yeah. What about bands from Australia, rock and roll?
I don't know. See, we sort of like, when we done well there, we got out as quick as we could, because it's that far away from everywhere else, and it's like being big in Hong Kong, which amounts to nothing, especially if you want to be successful, you got to leave the place. And we always said that when we started. We didn't want to. We just wanted to stay there till we had enough bread, enough money and the right sort of deals, headed straight off.
Yeah. What about any special place you get your ideas from, like for your music? Just like they just come to you, or do you sit down and say you're going to write something?
Nah, they just more or less. You can be anywhere. It doesn't take you 5 minutes. It can take you 2 hours. An idea, as long as something sparks off.
Yeah.
On the road, mainly, there's plenty of inspiration.
Yeah. Which one was your best-selling album so far?
I think this one is.
Yeah.
Power Age is doing very well.
Yeah, it's probably helped the sales of the others too.
Yeah, it has. Well, I know what they do. Sold a couple 100,000 here in Europe. I've done really well. And this one, I think it's roughly sold more than all of them put together. I think now.
Yeah.
It's doing well.
Any 45s? I don't know the new song is, but
I don't know. I don't.
before,
Before.
in the past, 45s.
Yeah. See, the thing was, we released a great single here once with a song called "Long Way to the Top."
Yeah.
On rock and roll. You know?
Yeah, that's a great. That was one of my
And,
favorites.
Yeah, I don't think it done anything. But we went in the country, and we were going to come just help promote, like, I mean, our first album, High Voltage. But then we said, no, hold off. Because we let There Be Rock sitting there ready to go.
Yeah.
And that was about, I think that's about the only one I ever released anyway.
Yeah. I would have to say, your first album cover was one of the best covers I've ever seen. It really gets your point across. Huh?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. You want to say if that was for real?
What, the photo?
Yeah, the letters and stuff.
Yeah, the letters.
No,
Actually, I could have, we had a big pile of them just before we left England, you know, sort of stacked up.
Yeah.
Because Bond, he's the one that keeps all that sort of stuff, you know. You know, women saying, I want to suck your dick, and,
Yeah.
you know, the whole bit, you know.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of them, but they watered them down, you know. They had me and Malcolm going to school, that was a bit of a laugh.
And that wasn't funny.
But the guy who was playing bass, Mark Evans, we did meet him at the bottom of the stairs at the club. Phil, the drummer, he was pretty handy with it. Snooking kid.
What about the import album? Whose idea? I mean, Dirty Deeds. Whose idea was that?
That was taken from a cartoon called Beanie and Cecil. And I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No, I haven't.
And this, well, the Beanie and Cecil is some sort of water serpent, you know. And there used to be this guy who was the ultimate bad guy, you know, done everything that was bad. He used to pop up, and he had the old moustache and the hat, and he'd pull out this card, you know, this Honest John, I think his name was, with the card Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, you know. And as soon as we saw that, we were sitting around and saw that, thought it'd be a great title for the album.
Yeah. And do you have any trouble with airplay on the songs, The Jack and Big Balls?
Yeah, I think there's a few places in America that plays it, you know.
Yeah.
And
The one in San Antonio did.
Yeah, a lot of places play it. We never ever wrote to be obscene around, you know, songs that, like Bond does a little. We just, if it sounds good, we left it there, you know.
Yeah.
And like the Jack was mainly from, that was experiences, because we called the Jack, that's like your social disease.
Yeah.
Gonorrhea and crabs and the whole bit. And we called, at one time we were all living in this house, you know, and we were playing with just hundreds of women, you know, and we were sort of like getting it, you know, getting rid of it and then getting it again and getting it, you know, till Malcolm's come up with the idea, right, we got this song, she's got the Jack, we got this club that we were there for a couple of nights and all these women are all in there. And we started playing it and Bond just pointed and all that in the audience. So there's a big rush for the door, all these women were.
What are you saying at the end of that song, Big Balls?
Big balls, that's maybe
Sort of a chant, you know, or whatever it is.
bollocks, knackers.
Uh,
That's, well, that's mainly English, you know, terms for balls,
oh, yeah.
testicles.
Yeah. Do you know what a dingadoo is?
A dingadoo, yeah, that's beyond me.
That's Aborigines. It's a musical instrument. You know, it makes two notes, and it's real low notes.
The didgeridoo.
Is that what it is? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
It's a big pipe. Yeah, I've seen them. And they're very scarce.
I like to
Aborigines
have
are
one.
very scarce.
That'd be neat to have. But that ought to cover. I'll let you. I know you get ready for tonight. So.
Good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're down. What about?
There's not much around here. The salt bothers you?
Huh?
The salt bothers your ears? But the music.
I know it's stuck on here.
and you weren't up in the air before you started coming back down again, coming from Austin. What about the deal last night? They were a pretty rough crowd, weren't they?
Down at
Austin.
yeah,
Normal?
pretty long. You can get the place out there learn to live with it.
Yeah. I'll have to see you tonight.
What?